Okay. This is the conversation Denise didn't know she needed until now. I'm not broken. I've just been busy being everything for everybody but me. If that sounds familiar and it resonates, lean in, pull up a chair, get closer, because today, in our final series, part 3, we are talking to Miss Denise. We are talking with Miss Denise. I am talking with Miss Denise. I am her. She is quite possibly you, right? And so, we flipped the mic in the beginning of the conversation, and I wanted to have her get to know, like, and trust me. And then this journey, I got to know, like, and trust myself a little bit more. And what cracked wide open is the fact that this is what I was called to do. She is who I was called to serve. Like all of the things, y'all, it has been like holy Toledo Batman the past 24 hours. And so let's just jump right in. Whew, Lord have mercy. I've been so pumped that now is the time. Wow. So let's get the first question. Who is she before she ever finds me? Let me know what resonates. Drop it in the comments. Join me in the chat. Like all that, right? She's the go-to person for everybody but herself. She's been invisible in her own life for so long, she doesn't even notice it anymore. She's performing power, performing peace, and performing put together, but she's exhausted, like tore up from the floor up, inside exhausted. She wakes up in the morning already behind. She's spent her life following rules that were never, ever, 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 girl, made for you. She's successful but suffocating. She's spiritual but truly disconnected. I absolutely know what that feels like. She's tired of being tired, but doesn't know how to stop. Does that resonate? Like, I've been having conversations with Miss Denise. I've been having conversations with her my whole life. I can see her as soon as she shows up. I recognize her because she's using the same words that I use, the same language, like everything. It happened just last night. I was talking to my new good girlfriend, Miss Johnny, and I we just connected. I've got that power and presence preview call, and she wanted to collaborate. She wanted to support me. She wanted to pay it forward. Somebody had blessed her and spoken to her and made something available that she was interested in. And so when they shared my information and my call that I put out to do some client data research, girl, to find out even more about you than I already knew, because I know me, but I also want to know you, because there's more of you out there like me. And we got on that call. First of all, it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. And I'm quite certain it wasn't what she thought it was going to be either. 2 hours in, 2 hours in. And so let me tell you what I gleaned from that when I got the download today. It was like that you need time, right? That an hour is not enough for you because you have been holding so much for so long. And when you finally have an opportunity to feel safe enough and vulnerable enough to open up, you need the space. You need the space to be held. You need the space to be witnessed. You need the space to be seen. And honey, there's no problem with that. Take up all the space that you need, baby. If you never do another thing, you have absolutely done enough. And you get to just be yourself, take up space, do nothing at all. Not one thing. Not one thing, baby girl. Not one thing. But be loved. Allow love, like allow yourself to receive all that you desire, because it is on the way. Let me tell you that. I know this to be true because it's happening in real time with me, and you're coming along for the journey because you are my assignment. Yes. Okay. Now, I can't. Oh man, I'm looking over at the clock. It's 11:11. Woo! Lord have mercy. I cannot guarantee that this will or won't be a 2-hour conversation. It's late night. I'm talking to my girl. It could get, it could go long because this is the one. This is the one, right? If you out there, if Miss I got time for everything except myself. If you are out there too and you want to have a conversation, hit me up in the chat box. I'm coming on over here to YouTube to get in the chat box, um, and see who's out there. Hit me up. Give me some love because you know I'm like Erica. I'm sensitive about my condition. I ain't that sensitive. I like good strong feedback. Absolutely. So let's get into it. All right. I'm so I'm so pumped and so excited. And I'm so hilarious. So the next question is, what is she currently tolerating that's robbing her peace, power, and time? Woo! Now I got a few notes on here to keep me on task because y'all know I can go when it's something that needs to be said. The teacher in me pops right on out. So, Miss Denise, now check me, boo, if I'm on the wrong street. But if I'm on the right street, holla at me. Give me an amen. Drop me some love notes. I like them little chocolate love notes, the little chocolate hearts, or maybe even the orange ones or yellow, you know, or purple. Purple is, we like us some purple. So who, let me know, who is she currently? A schedule that honors everyone else needs but her own. Hmm. So with that said, if you looked at your schedule, would you be on it? That's what I just did yesterday. I looked at my schedule earlier in the week and I was in my girlfriend golf group and I was like, "Oh, they golfing later in the afternoon and they doing happy hour." So I made a space and put on my calendar. I put it on the calendar physically because that's what I be looking at all day to see where I got to show up. Is that you? Does that happen for you? Like if it ain't on the calendar, it ain't happening, right? And so when I made that space for it, it was already getting put out in the universe, in the soil to be planted, to take root, to bloom. And that's exactly what happened. Although when I was trying to get out of the house, everything in its mother was trying to keep me from getting there. I couldn't find my golf shoes. Lord, I still don't know where they're at. But lo and behold, I looked in another container and I was like, these will do. And you know what? I got so many compliments about them. And there's some old Nike sneakers that I had, but they worked and they were comfortable. So I was in it. I even had a dude compliment me on my shoes. It was crazy. So sometimes you got to go with the flow, baby. And relationships. Hmm. Relationships that drain you, but you still feel too guilty to walk away. I wonder why. Hmm. You feel too guilty to walk away for something that is draining you because you've likely cared more about their needs than your own. And you don't even know it. So don't get mad, don't beat yourself up, don't be resentful about it. because we can't do anything about anything that we don't know about. You don't know until you know. And when you get the information, then how you respond is up to you. You can choose to ignore it, accept it, deny it, whatever. That's totally up to you once you know the information. But if you don't know, how can you do anything, right? You might suspect, but you're not sure yet. So what I would do if I wasn't sure yet, I go deep. I'm scratching at the scab. I got some questions. Usually the questions are for me. And maybe that looks like sitting with your journal or sitting with your thoughts. What I will challenge you to do, whatever that looks like, because most of the thoughts are going on in your head, you have to witness yourself. You have to speak it out loud so you can hear whether what you're thinking and what you're saying even makes sense. I actively practice thinking out loud for that intention because I had a lot of internal dialogue. It wasn't really negative towards me, but it was negative towards other people and very critical. And I didn't want to be like that. And then there was a when I was low and deep in the valley, in the darkness, in the wilderness, I could hear myself praying for things that I didn't want. I was praying to break the spirit of control because that was part of it too, Miss Denise. You got to be in control. Control absolutely is a chokehold for robbing you of your peace, your power, and your time. Let's talk about control a little bit. I don't know where this conversation gonna go because I am totally led by the spirit. Control shows up like, well, if I don't do it, it ain't gonna be done right. It ain't gonna get done if I don't do it. Am I on the right street yet? Let me know. And where did that come from? Do you know where that came from?
I found this on the web.
Oh my God. Okay, Richard, my little dude here talking to me. I'm gonna have to get him off. I don't know if y'all heard him. He told me he found it on the web. He be looking out for me all the time. I appreciate that. That's some level of support going on right there. Right there, right there, right there. And so I suspect that the control and the showing up and all of that is centered around the fact that we as women have been told who we are before we truly have an opportunity to know. And that's not all women. You know, some people, this ain't your story. Then guess what, girl? You are not Miss Denise, and I'm probably not talking to you. But keep listening, because I might get on your street in a little while. So if you suspect that I might be coming down your street, you might want to stay tuned. And while we're here, and I'm having this little bit of commercial break, if you're like what I'm talking about, if it resonates, if you know someone that could use this conversation with Miss Denise, absolutely please like, share, and subscribe. Because we got lives to change out here. We ain't playing. We ain't playing. The enemy has tried to keep you in this box, keep you busy, keep you over giving, being free labor, like all of these things. Well, that ain't happening. No, not on my watch. Not on my watch. I have been there. I have faced the enemy, and I was near death. But God, but my God. And I invite you to make sure that you are in close fellowship with your God. The season that my God has me in, that's the only person that I can talk to. You know, I not taking in anyone else's energy around who God is, because I have that relationship with for myself, so I don't need a middleman. My whole life, just about until deep into my 40s, I was when my son went off to college. It's probably been about 13, 14 years. Um, I thought I needed to go to church to meet God. And when I was growing up in my earlier years, We were in Pentecostal church, and I didn't want no parts of that. I didn't think God even existed, let alone somebody named Jesus that they talk about. I didn't find out and truly know the story of Jesus Christ till I was in my 40s, late 40s. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because of what they say, what we're supposed to be doing, the performing and all of the things. Yeah, that part. Um, I gotta check these off because if I don't, I'm gonna lose my place. So give me a minute because I got notes and figuring out which questions because I don't want to keep you longer than you need to be here because I know your time is limited. I understand that. I know it's difficult to be present for the things that you want to be present for. And I know why. Because there's so much pressing on you, so much weight that you believe that you cannot put down. I did too. You probably don't realize the power that's within you just by speaking and allowing your voice to permeate in the rooms and the circles and the spaces and places that you're in. It will blow your mind. It will blow your mind. But we're going to get to it. I'm sure it's coming up somewhere in these questions. Um, what about obligations dressed up as opportunities? You believe that if you show up in these spaces, that there is an opportunity that you will get seen, that you will be heard, that you will receive the same level of care, concern, and regard that you have. That might just be why you showing up. Have you ever considered that? Why you doing things that you don't really want to do, being in places and spaces you don't want to be in, knowing you too tired, but you're going to push through? Have you considered that? I'm just asking for a friend. Her name is Miss I Got Time for Everything Except Myself. So let me know. If any of these questions resonate, you want to know more, you want to go deeper, you want to have a conversation, you can always find me out here in these disruptor streets. I'm all the way everywhere, right? So just accept the invitation to the Power and Presence preview, and you get 15 minutes for that one moment of clarity. Because although you need time, I've been uniquely qualified and gifted to help you cut through the bullshit, cut through the clutter, all of the things. Because we got shit to do, girl, around here. Have you heard about that? S.H.I.T. We've got self-love care that needs to happen because you haven't been able to do it for yourself because you've been giving it to everyone else. We've got healing that needs to happen. The healing from whatever is blocking you from choosing you, knowing that's possible. I remember one person I said to her, actually, I think it was my cousin. I said to her, I said, just say no. And don't say anything else. Don't believe that you need to explain. Just practice it. I know it's going to be tough because you're not used to saying it. I know that you don't want to seem mean or not be nice and not be the good girl or good woman because then people will think funny. But let me tell you something, sister. Let me tell you, my good sister, that ain't none of your business whether people like you or not. Spending so much time running around in your mind about what people think. Most people are only thinking of themselves, but you are unique. You are very unique. God made you in a way that you are concerned about others, so much so that it almost borders on the lines of martyrism, like being a martyr. And I'm not certain that God gave you that assignment. I believe the world put that assignment on you and made you believe that that was the case. But I've walked through the fire on that one to let you know that it's a lie from the pit of hell. It is a flat out lie. And I know you've been thinking and you've been silently praying and wondering, what about me? When is it my turn? It's always been your turn. You what I know, and this is just unfolding as I'm having this conversation with you, that why wouldn't the enemy want to keep God's best and brightest, uniquely qualified, and who he had in mind when he created you, giver of life, light bearer, right? You bring light in everyone's space, their minds, their hearts, right? You given it all your light. And then your light has gotten dimmer and dimmer and dimmer and dimmer and dimmer because you keep giving your light away. And the Lord ain't told you to do that. Because there's too many voices that are going on that are not your gods. Does that sound familiar? And I know that because the Lord told me to just stop it, get out of everything, get out of anybody's church, any of that. The only thing that the Lord has allowed me to do, my Lord, is be in my Bible study ministry. And we've been going strong for 17 years. And it's all women. We're all in the same journey, getting to know who God is for us. We're actually in this book. We have a new book every time we finish one. Not my favorite, but it is a good book. I'm in a season where I don't really want to hear too much what white men have to say. Although I do believe this brother was enlightened by his God, because he's done some really really good work. Okay, so I ain't taking no shade, ain't taking nothing away from him. But we reading this book, and some people are getting free. I I get it when I come in the room. I'm not I'm not a big reader. I like audio. That's how I discern and take it in through hearing, right? Not an advertisement for the book either. Do what you will. All right. And so, yeah, that's obligations dressed up as opportunities. That's what I believe about them. But by all means, share your point of view and correct me if I'm wrong. Because in this space, in this circle, it is designed just for you. And frankly, baby love, your opinion and your voice is the only one that I'm concerned about. Just yours, not anyone else's. I don't care what they say. I don't care, right? They're probably going to wonder why I haven't dedicated my entire business to you, because that is the assignment that I have been given, and I accept the assignment. I have been through as many things, probably not the same thing, but as many things that you have. And I don't want to see not one more person that God has called me to help, and I don't know who they are. You do. When you hear my voice and you hear what I have to say, and that's why I'm on here having this conversation with you, you get to decide. That's another way that you use your power. You get to decide. Nobody else gets to decide that. Only you. You may believe that other people have that kind of power and choice over you, but only because you've given it to them, because you may have laid it down. I did. I did. And I decided, and I'm certain of this. Every step you take and any next right step for you all comes down to what you decide. When you make up your mind, when you decide that you're the person in control and driving the car and not your mind, because you've allowed it to go unchecked for a long time. And it's so many interesting things about the mind, right? The mind is there to protect you. It doesn't know whether it's right or wrong, but you do. And so you have to talk to your mind in a way that your mind knows who you are, who you want to be, who you're not, what's safe, what's not safe. It's doing its job, but you are absolutely the one with the power and the control. And we'll talk a little bit more about that because I got about one, two, three more things I want to touch on your street related to this question. And just for the good of the order, we are talking about what are you currently tolerating that's robbing your peace, your power, and your time. So these are just a few of them, and I'm giving you, a couple of examples around them. So far we talked about a schedule that honors everyone else's needs but your own, relationships that drain you, but you feel too guilty to walk away, obligations dressed up as opportunities. And now we're going to get on a street that is so familiar that really keeps us in bondage. And I have several points of view about this one, but I know I'm going to be bright and brief. A job, business, or life path that no longer reflects who you are. Like you got clothes on that don't fit no more. They're probably too big, too tight, got a hole in it, like something, right? The job clothes, meaning you may go to work pretty and all made up and because that's what's expected. That's the norm in the space or the environment. I hated that. I hated that. I don't like dressing up to go nowhere. So I was already out of place when that was a requirement. I got to a point where I didn't take jobs if it had a dress code in that way. If it wasn't casual or business casual, I didn't want it. I could have wore a uniform to work every day. That would have been great because then that's one less decision that I have to make. I already know what it's gonna be. Do you ever feel like that? I do. I cringe when there's some level of kind of structure that requires me to look and feel and be like somebody else. Yeah, that's not my ministry. It's probably why God gave me a whole business called DisruptHer coaching. And now, as I've been on this coaching journey and getting all these certifications so I could serve you, so I could make sure that I wasn't sending you down the wrong path, and that I had some framework to work within to help get you the transformation and the things that you desire. I'm realizing that while I coach, it's a component of what I do, but it's not who I am. It's not my full identity. My full identity is teaching. I've always been a teacher. And my purpose is to teach you to fish so that you will be your own lifeline. You will be comfortable with your own voice. You will be comfortable with spending time with you and taking up space because I've made it that far. And now I'm coming along to walk alongside you so that you also get there. And with the many other sisters in the circle that I've been able and had the privilege and the honor of doing the same for. And I got receipts. I'll bring the receipts when you need them, okay? So let me know, if you catching me on the replay because somebody has shared what I had to say with you, because I know that's going to happen now that I've gotten it all from out outside that was inside, because that's what's happening. I've had plenty to say for a very, very long time. I just I didn't know how to say it. I tried doing all the things that all the other people do, the theys, all the people out in the internet street, all the people on the jobs. Oh, well, and the big one, Girl, the people in the church. The people in the church, what would they say? Oh my God. Yeah. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No. Girl, no. Girl, no. Mm-mm. No. I I think I think we just got real serious here. Because that one is the one that really keeps us maintaining the status quo, right? Religion, whatever form of it that you see it as a religious construct, a religious philosophy, a religious perspective. What I believe and what I've come to know, nothing about religion has served me as a woman that didn't feel oppressive for me. I'm not sure how you feel about it, and I would absolutely love to know if you feel comfortable enough with sharing. You know, feel free if you want to leave me a comment, and if you don't want to do that and you want to have a more private conversation, I want to make sure you know that the invitation is there. It is a free call and conversation that you can make to schedule. My calendar, for the most part, as you know, girl, because I'm you, my calendar stays up to date, because if it ain't on there, it might not work. But on that calendar, I have other things on there like that says um, a date with the CEO. Well, guess what? I'm the CEO. Well, now I'm the CTO, the Chief Transformational Officer. And so when I have a date on there for that, guess what? That's strictly for me. And nobody has to know who it is. That's a cheat code. That's a cheat code for your schedule. Put whatever you want on there. It could be like maybe you still have little ones and you just want time to be able to like fully be present and spend time with them. And maybe they can be the CEO, right? Only you have to know that. Only you have to know that. And you don't have to tell anybody your business because that's your business. In the words of Miss Tabitha Brown, that's your business, right? Okay. And so let's see. Yeah. So tell me what's in your path that no longer reflects who you are. That's probably something you may need to heal from whatever the belief is that you have around that. Here's another one. Saying yes to survive when your soul is screaming no. Ooh, Lord, if we had the money for how many times that we said yes and we know we wanted to say no. You already knew the answer was no, no before it left your lips. You didn't have to think about it. Just the way that the person called, because they're always calling to use you as a lifeline. Can you have some money? Can they borrow some money that you know they're not going to pay back? So you're giving it as a gift. You're being a blessing. They really need it. I had a friend one time, every time they needed money, they would call me. And I was like, I cannot be part of your payment strategy for you to do whatever it is that you need to do and have your money. I just stopped taking their call after a while. I was like, no, I can't loan you no money. I can, but I don't want to. And so sometimes you just got to disappear on them. Like until cuz silence, let me tell you something. I understand silence. Silence is still a response, and silence as a response is louder than any words. It really is. It really is. It really is. Yeah. So give me some examples when you did that. And if you're willing to accept the assignment that I have for you around that assignment is to use your voice and say no once a day. Saying no will help you get your needs met. Saying no will make space for you where you believe you don't have time. You don't have time because you keep giving it away to someone else. You're letting them have their time to themselves and what they want and get to do. And you're giving them your time. You're giving them your presence. You're giving them your peace. You're giving them your power. And you may be doing it unknowingly, but that's what I'm here for. I'm here. I'm here as your mirror. I'm a divine reflection of you, darling. I'm just a little bit further down the road and can show you what that looks like. I can introduce you to your future self. It ain't going to exactly look like my future self because I know your goals and your dreams and your desires were placed in your heart by your God. So they're going to be different than mine. We're supposed to be potentially in each other's journey somewhere along the path, but we don't have the same destination. We don't. We don't. And that's okay too. I know you're afraid. You don't want to be alone. You don't want to do this alone. You've been doing it alone a long time. Well, that's what I'm here for too. We're creating that community together, that safe, sacred space just for you, just for you. And when you're ready, the invitation to that sacred circle will always be here. Always. How does that sound? The sacred circle. You know why it's sacred? Because my God told me that that's what you need because you are sacred. You are sacred to him or her or who whatever language that you use. I have so many because my God is different in whatever way I need. All right. And so my final thought around what you're currently tolerating that's robbing you of your peace, your power, your time, your energy, your strength, your capacity is silence. Woo! And I just got done talking about how silence can be louder than anything. However, your silence, dear, is a different kind of silence because it's not a decision to necessarily be silent. It's a conditioning at this time. Your silence, the kind that keeps you from the desires, are buried, and your truth is hidden because it's buried. And so now you feel like you got to dig it out because you don't even know where it's at. Like you got to go looking for it. It's going to kind of be a treasure hunt. And it is a treasure hunt because it's what's in you that you've been given that is unique and just for you. No one else has it. No one. Only you, boo. Only you. So let it out. Tell me about it. Come get me on a call and tell me about it. Come tell me in the streets when you meet me and you see me, because that one happens a lot. And I love it. I love getting in deep conversations. That's the way the Lord created me, and I'm accepting of it now. Right? I'm accepting. So let me know about that one. And let me know if I missed any. This is not meant to be an extensive list. It's just to give you some examples so that you can see how it may be showing up for you because I know you're quite unaware. I know that something is you don't have it, but I want you to be able to recognize it. Okay? So I'll speed up because it is getting late. And I want to make sure that my energy is still right for you for us to have this conversation too. All right. So, my next question that I have is why do you keep putting yourself last? Do you know that? Do you know the answer to that? Because I've also heard when I have asked in the past, I just say, I don't know. I don't know. And it's hollow. it's like it's just dark in there because there's nothing there. They can't even think about it. They probably once knew, but the light got so dark they can't even see it anymore. They can't feel it. They can't imagine it in their heart and their mind. I remember early on when I started and I was doing webinars or whatever it was they told me I needed to do to get people in a circle, get women in a circle and figuring out who you really were. Back then I know a part of you, a version of you is possibly the woman that has experienced narcissistic or toxic dynamics in your relationships. And relationships, any relationship, all relationships. I used to think that it was just intimate, but it isn't. I've experienced and I now know that it shows up in so many places, in the church, on the job, in the marriage, in the relationship, you know, in people that you do business with, in people that you work with, in people that you work for, right? But the biggest I've seen is in the church, in religious spaces, been my experience. And they have you believing that, that that's the way it's supposed to be. But when you really learn who you are and identify what you do and don't want, you get to choose. Nobody else gets to choose for you. I know they thought you, you know, made you believe you didn't have a choice, but you do. And quite honestly, what I believe the reason is why you keep putting yourself last is because of maintaining the status quo, not wanting to be, you know, disliked or be a part of anybody else's circle that you believe that you're supposed to be a part of or you want to be a part of, but you really don't, but you don't know why. you know you just believe it's what you're supposed to do, and you absolutely can do only what you want to do, not what you have to do, any of that. Most of it is probably things that you've created out of belief and fear, misunderstanding, because you're keeping the peace, but you ain't keeping your own peace. How's that peace, keeping the peace, been working? You're probably really good at it, or so you believe, but you're breaking inside. You're dying inside, like right on the vine, right in front of everybody's eyes, and they don't even see you. They see what you give and how you show up, and they want that beautiful light and energy, but no pouring, no pouring. Eyes are getting tired. Put the computer glasses on, right? No pouring. Oh wow, I can see that a lot better now. Yeah. So some just quick examples. I'm not going to belabor all of them on why you are possibly putting yourself last, because no one ever showed you how to choose yourself without guilt, because you were taught love looks like sacrifice. Oh, that's a big one. Because your identity is wrapped in being needed, not being nourished, right? They definitely tell you that, right? You got to meet other people's needs before you meet your own. How effed up is that? That one is really effed up. Because you're afraid everything will fall apart if you stop holding it all together. That's that level of control that they made you believe that you're supposed to be doing. Mm-mm. Nope, that ain't it. That is not it. Because you don't trust that anyone else will show up. So you always do. I would say just try it. Just practice one time not doing that. Turn the mic like I just did, right? I flipped the mic and had this interview. I interviewed myself. I would love for you to flip it and not show up and show up for yourself. and see what that feels like. You may like it and you absolutely have permission to continue to do it. You have permission. That's another one too, because you've been waiting on permission. I had a whole permission slip made up for you. A whole permission slip. Yes, I did. Remember the permission slip? It will definitely make an appearance if you continue to hang with me and follow along, because I've also gotten a download that I need to have more conversations with you. And I apologize. I haven't been doing that. I haven't been able to show up in the way that I wanted because a lot was going on for me too. I was making time for things that at the time I thought I was supposed to be doing for whatever reason. And and I was doing what I had with the information that I have had at the time. And more than likely that's the same thing that you're doing. So we can only do what we're aware of and what we know. Now, what I do know to be true, if your God then told you one thing and you doing something else, then that might be part of the problem too. And to get in alignment on that, you have to go do what God told you to do. God is not giving you any more instructions if you have not followed the first instruction. So when y'all showing up talking about I'm waiting on God, I'm being patient. No, God waiting on you. One thing I know that when I have conversations and relationships with God, I got to be ready because it's coming. I don't know when it's coming, how it's coming, but it usually happens quite quickly. I'm looking for it because I know whatever the God placed in my heart, my God is going to allow me to have it or it wouldn't be there. It's a precursor. It's a precursor to either what I'm supposed to do, who I'm supposed to meet, what I'm supposed to say, where I'm supposed to be. And I have gotten good at practicing getting in alignment. When I get those downloads now, the way that God done kept me and when I was near death, the way that God done kept me when I had a nervous breakdown, and all of those things were to get my attention so that I would quit putting everyone else before me. And on my watch, I want to help you do the same. All right. So next question. Let me just see if you out there talking to me. I don't want to miss you, but I'm looking at my notes too because I definitely need notes to keep them straight. You know, let's see. Let's go a little further, shall we? Next question. What makes you overgive and overwork for others? I call this free labor. You're giving free labor, right? You're making an investment with very little return. And I suspect, based upon my life and what has happened, you may believe earning love is the same as being loved. Like you got to do something for you to be able to get it. So that's why you show up in those places where you want to be loved, you want to belong, you want to be seen. But at some point, you're going to learn, and not a but, because that really is happening. At some point, you're going to learn that there are diminishing returns, and there is a point of no return. Like if I invest 110 over here and I keep ending up with zero, some of the definition around that, and no shame. I just want to give you some context and some truth around that so that you can be thinking about that for yourself. Is sometimes in doing the same thing and expecting a different result, you're doing it in a different place. So maybe that change, that doesn't make it seem like quite the same thing. But after a while, that feeling sinks in, that that is what's happening, it's been said that that might quite be the definition of insanity. And I believe that there's some merit in that, because I'm certain the enemy wants to keep you confused and kind of make you think you crazy, maybe think you insane. Because I've lived that. Real talk. You never seen rest modeled as righteous. Woo! But although in that little Western Bible, it tells you on the seventh day that God rested. So what wouldn't be right about it? You know, which one do you believe? Acceptance and belief. I talked about that. I believe I talked about that in the very first episode, because it was direct questions directly for me. And one of the biggest things that keep you in a chokehold and stuck is belief and the lack of acceptance of what is. I found out the hard way myself. I really did. I thought somebody was going to come along and make me happy. I learned that I was responsible for my own happiness. I had to be real with myself so that I could get out of that chokehold. I learned that I was controlling. Woo! Controlling. Whoa, that one almost took me out, because I thought I was being nice and I was being kind and I was helping people. I was hurting myself. And as much as I was given, they was willing to take. Because let's be honest, I was volunteering. Sometimes I wasn't even asked. I just did it. Does that feel or sound familiar for you? It's okay. You get to decide when you don't want to do it anymore. And you get to decide the next step that needs to be taken so that you don't do it anymore. Sometimes it's just saying the word no, because it is a complete sentence with a period. No. No further explanations. You asked, answered. Not asked, no answer, maybe. Totally up to you. You still get to decide. All right. And you're trying to fix what broke you. Well, honey, baby, I know this to be true. You definitely cannot be healed in the environment that is making you sick. It's just going to be, it's just going to keep happening. You may get to a certain point, but then you get dragged back in, and then you're feeling worse and all of the things than you were before you got sick, right? You find safety in control. Woo, I'm gonna just sit that one right there. You find safety in control. That's another trick of the enemy, because you controlling something that is not even yours. You trying to control other people. You trying to control situations that you ain't yours, that you ain't even supposed to be in. You over here bartering for so and so. That's a level of enabling, right? If we trying to stop other people from their journey, because only God knows their path. We don't know how it's going to turn out. And last I checked, I don't think God was allowing other people to be saviors in that way, or martyrs, or ATMs, or doctors. You know, everybody has their own path. And it's okay, Miss Denise. I didn't know either, girl. I did not know. I did not know. I'm a healer. I know how to heal people. But and I know that God is in the healing business. And sometimes that is his business. There's this great way that you can tell when you're doing it, or it belongs to someone else. So there's three things. There's three types of business. There's God's business, there's your business, and then it's their business. It's the other person's business. And so you can make a decision quickly like that, depending on the situation. You can say, is this God's business? Because you automatically know, then you got to get out the way because God got it, right? Then if it's the other person's business, then is it really your business? If it's their business? Now, if it's your business, then it is your business. You get to mind your business. They are supposed to mind their business because they get to mind their business. And God is the business minding business, does the doggone thing. So there's three things going on in the business department. Which department in the business department do you belong in? Right? And I really didn't come here to sugarcoat it. I love you. And it's at some point there needs to be some strong truth for you to be seen, right? And I see you, and I want you to know loud and clear that I see you and I got you. But this ain't light work either. A a warrior is required because maintaining status quo, that option, that option is out the door because that's what's keeping you there. That's part of that environment that's making you sick, darling. I know. I know, and sometimes it's hard to hear too. I know it is. I still got you no matter what happens, no matter no matter how you feel, and no matter what. We walking through the mud together. We're getting wet in the rain together. Like all of that. You're worth it. I believe it. Like God has put all of my energy and time over it. I've been up for a whole week, girl, thinking about you. Thinking about you and what God wants me to do. And it just cracked open last night, and I woke up with you on my heart and my mind, and just given like all of these things that I have to say to you, like so many things, so many love notes that I have coming just for you. They're not for anyone else. I'm not talking to nobody else because I was doing all of that for a very, very long time, and it kept me busy too. So busy that I probably couldn't serve you, but Lord done made a way now. Like I got you. Like everything going on over here is for you to help you have self-love care, to help you heal, to help you know your identity, right? To teach you what that looks like, right? For you and how to find out. I got I got all kinds of things that are designed just for you with you in mind because I've been talking to you. You've been telling me for years. And I was like, well, maybe some things change. You know that, right? Like you in relationship with you people with people, but maybe they've changed. Maybe they will change. I had that conversation with God when I decided I was gonna stay in my marriage after they told me in a room with the counselor that said they were a narcissist, and they said, oh, totally. And I thought I was being punked. Like, oh, you got something you didn't tell me you had? What? And we had just been married for 3 months. I had a lot of conversation. Like, Lord, this cannot be what you had in mind for me. Like, this don't look like death do we part. Like, this look like something else. I knew it was off. And then, my little mind that I didn't realize I had control of at the time said, well, girl, Well, you know how you was. You know you was a hot mess when when God found you. Oh, I'm sorry. When you found God, you was a mess. You was just a mess, girl. So if you was a mess, who you think you is? If God gave you grace, why ain't you giving nobody else grace? Yeah, that's the conversation that was happening that my mind was saying to me. Does that ever happen to you? Do your mind be talking to you like that? Girl, I didn't learn to tell my mind, go sit down somewhere. That's not what we doing over here. Don't bring no nonsense back to me. Tell my mind how it needs to talk to me. Talk to me nice. Don't be throwing no shade. Don't be acting funny. Don't be trying to hoodwink me. We safe. I'm in control. You're not in control. I am. And I get to determine and decide where we going. Absolutely. Absolutely. Right. It's crazy out here. It's a whole war going on. Some of it's in the flesh and some of it is in other realms because it happens in the mind, it happens in your dreams, it happens it happens in the environments you're in, you know. It ain't happenstance. It's really not. So, you don't know what life looks like when it's not a performance. And that's unfortunate because society has put that on you, right? Like making you need to still do things to earn love and show up and be productive and all of that. That you can't rest. You can't ask for help. That's some bullshit. For real. For real, for real. All right. And I know you need time. You need to hear some of these things because you've been dealing with it for a very, very long time. And it ain't cool. It ain't cool at all. You're powerful, but you're programmed to pour from an empty cup. I know that story well. For real, for real. It's not true. You have to fill your own cup first. Because if you don't, if you keep looking for someone else to do it and looking for things to get your needs met through other people, you've been doing that. You've been doing that your whole life now. How is that working? Is it working? Because that's part of that status quo. That's part of that keeping up with the Joneses. That's part of that being concerned about other folks' business other than your own business. You minding their business and giving them your business. You were hoping that they would mind your business and they don't give a damn. Everybody out here, if everybody mind their own business, you know how well served and well loved they would be. Because can't nobody love you better than you love yourself and care for yourself. You know, we had this expectation that somebody else is going to know that. And if we don't know it, how can they know it? We're just accepting whatever they decide they want to give and how they want to show up. That ain't love. That ain't the kind of love that I want. I don't want it. I don't know about you. Tell me. I would love to know. I would love to know so that I can support you the way that you need to be supported, for sure. No, no judgment, no shade. And I'm coming at you this way because once I got clear and came out of that fog, some of it was like, oh, I see how that got there, you know. And so now I'm on the other side of it. It's a little bit more, some of it's a little bit like I see your trickery. I see your bull. This ain't it. This ain't it, right? And so I really wanted to share and talk to you about that in my journey. Because I'm serious. I want to know what it's like for you and if I'm on your street. Because I want to come visit. If I'm on your street, I'm definitely coming to visit. That's who I am. I'm that girl. Like, hey, Denise lives over here. Miss Denise lives over here. We need to go by and see about her. Because that's what you would do. That's what I do. I do the same thing, girl. I do the same thing. When I know that a friend is in need and they got a lot going on, I'll go show up. And I don't get me wrong, I got friends like that that show up for me. Cause she me too. I got I got this one beautiful sacred sister. That's my moot. And no matter what's going on, she will text me. I appreciate it when the Lord puts me on somebody's mind. And let me tell you something, girl. Right now, the Lord got you on my mind heavy that I'm up at night. It's midnight and I'm on here talking to you. I don't know what time it's going to be when you find me, but I'm absolutely in real time. When you hear this, this is what is happening. I thought I was going to go take a nap earlier and I couldn't because I kept thinking about you and other things kept popping up. And I was like, well, I'm gonna get on and I'm gonna have a conversation about Miss Denise. And then I got a little perfection. Yep, imperfection is the right answer. I'm perfectly imperfect. How about you? But I got concerned and I wanted to make sure you had all of the information that I needed to share because I didn't want you to miss it. I didn't want you to miss the one nugget that might be for you because sometimes when stuff like this happens, it's really just one thing that you came for and it changes the trajectory of everything. Because God is in the suddenly business. That happened to me today. Like I've got so many love notes I have prepared for you. I've been preparing them for a lifetime. And now that I know you're here and they were for you, that they're sage, they're medicine for you, I I'm not going to be obedient. I got to do what the Lord told me to do. I got to tell you about it. I got to show you about it. I got to show up to meet the different versions of you the way that you need to be met. Some of that's nurturing, some of that's soft, some of that's hard, some of that's being very clear and candid, some of that's rough. Because you know, girl, if it ain't rough, it ain't right. That's how I am. I need it. I need to be smacked in the face. I need stuff to be clear. Don't beat around the bush. Don't talk to me in parables and circles. Now, I am a cliche girl. I love a good cliche because it helps me remember. And they're fun. I like rhyming sometimes. Maybe it's a little bit of poetry, but it helps me remember and it helps other people remember. So I know why it happens, but I was in relationship with this person that talked in parables and it was just really confusing. It was like I was being beat to death. Who want that? Heck no. I'm over that and I'm done with that. Um, but now I know. I got some new information. Right? Like I can spot it when it's coming, but I know the tricks of the enemies, they'll make it come through in other ways because hey, it happened to me on the job. I was abused and neglected and all of the things. And there's more than just physical abuse, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially. Like just it's crazy. Have you experienced that? So the next question is, what's the truth you're avoiding because it might change everything? Wow, girl, because God is in the suddenly business. So it can change everything suddenly. What is that truth you're holding on? Because that's what I talked about. It's what you might believe and the lack of accepting something. You know, could the truth be that you're not okay, but you keep showing up like you are, that you've been grieving the version of yourself that you've never had space to become. Peace doesn't come from perfecting, it comes from pausing. But you believe that potentially being perfect could be it. That everything that you desire is already inside you, but your overcommitments are in the way because you might not believe you can say no. The invitation is still there to accept the assignment to say no and practice it once a day. It frees up the space that you need, that something else is in its spot. That's why it hasn't come yet. Could it be the truth that you might be avoiding because everything would change is because putting yourself might be betrayal? It's not betrayal, it's becoming. It's becoming the version of you that you haven't met yet, that is placed in your heart that you're supposed to become. Can't happen yet until you be okay with betraying somebody else. It's okay to say no, and maybe, just maybe, it helps the other person too, because then they can be set free to go do what they're supposed to be doing. But it's been made so easy that they would might have been holding them back, because we can all do hard things. You can do hard things. Uh-huh. You know, you've been doing it. Next question. What would you say to the version of you who was still waiting for permission? Man, I just mentioned that. What would you say? Well, let me tell you what I would say to you. You are not too late, baby. You are not too late. You are not too much. You are definitely not broken. It may feel like it. You are being pushed to the point of breaking, but you're not. The power you're searching for, you have had it all along. And the moment that you decide that you want to receive it and you want to use it and you want to keep it and you want to have it, boom, everything changes in your favor. And it might not look like it because people are leaving left and right because now you saying no and you showing up. And who is this version of Denise? I have never seen her before. I don't think I like it. Because you know why? Because it's not benefiting them, right? Come on home. I would say to that version of you who's still waiting for permission, come home. It's okay. It's safe over here. It was designed just for you. We don't know why you left. Come back. You belong here, right with you. You don't really need permission, but maybe you need a circle where you can be witness, where there's other people in the circle just like you. They've been waiting on permission. They needed this circle, because in the circle, you know, we're all surrounded by, we're all divine reflections of one another. We can see ourselves. We can witness one another. We can witness ourselves. It is nothing like holding up a mirror and seeing yourself, seeing your beauty, not the flaws, seeing how you were uniquely designed like God created you. Because whoever told you there were flaws, really? Did you tell yourself that? Is that true? And the invitation has already arrived. That's what I tell you. The invitation to the circle, the invitation to permission, the invitation to say no. Here's a couple of definitions that I believe are the problem and the truth. Disappearing. When you stop showing up for yourself, you're not seen, not heard, not honored. You've internalized, be quiet, be nice, be good until you've become invisible. And I think the biggest one is, what is it like? Keeping the peace. Who's peace? It's making you disappear. It's making you not have peace. It's making you not have power, not have energy or capacity and confidence and self esteem and courage. Taking up space. How about this definition and this truth about taking up space? It looks like owning your own schedule, your own voice, hearing it out loud so you can affirm and confirm yourself, so you can witness yourself, so you can get to know yourself, so that you can become yourself, so that you can be yourself. Getting your needs met, like some people call that boundaries. I believe boundaries is too general because it can apply to anything per se, and it could. But the thing that matters for you in this season, you need to get your needs met because you've been meeting everybody else's needs. So if you flip it and say, how can I get my needs met? Because boundaries, boundaries are for you. They're for you. Most people think they're for the other person. You got it wrong. They got it twisted all up because the enemy wants to keep you confused. Boundaries are the way that you get your needs met. Your needs. Your take up space with your money, your boundaries, your needs, owning your own schedule, your voice. It's this opposite, right? Take up space is the opposite of be seen and not heard. It really is. It's be loud, be clear, just be here, honey. All of that. Whatever version of you that you need to be. Some days I'm a little girl. I'm my younger self. I'm my teenager. I'm in my 20s. I'm all facets. She's all still in there. She ain't left. She has not left. So I extend this sacred circle invitation to you. It was formerly called the Get Your Shit Together Challenge. And now that I've been having all these beautiful conversations with you, I know a challenge is not what you need because you are sacred and you deserve that. I deserve that. And it's our birthright. Can't nobody take it away from us. You were signed and sealed sacred. You are sacred. And say that out loud to yourself. Speak it all over yourself. Because too many of us are healing alone, and you don't have to, questioning your own power and craving real transformation and what that looks like for you. Transformation allows you to get free. Transformation allows you to have peace. because some of that hasn't been modeled. You haven't seen it. And you know why? Probably because you're the only one that's supposed to be doing it. It's going to look different. You're not supposed to be doing what they're doing over there. That ain't your business. Come get some of your business. Come get taught and learned and edified and fulfilled because we're all working on minding our business over here. Because self-help without sacred space is just not enough. You've been doing that. You've been doing the DIY, reading all the self-help books and all of that, right? It is nothing like being on a beautiful journey together with people that look like you, talk like you, walk like through you, understand what you've been through so you don't got to be splaining a million and one things, honey. You know, it's real out here in these streets. And we are uniquely qualified and armed for battle in the physical and the spiritual realms. I know I am. So I believe that you are too. You just don't know yet. And I got you all day, every day. The Lord will not let you not be on my mind. I might be like Ray Charles. Miss Denise is always on my mind. Miss I got time for everything except myself is always on my mind. Because I know what that feels like. I know what that bondage is like, believing that you don't have choices when you do. And it's hard. You gonna feel like you losing some things, honey. But baby, you are winning. You are winning yourself back. You are in a fight for your doggone life. Like, who are you? Who are you really? Let's talk about it. Are you the woman that's done disappearing? Because that's who this is for. If you made a decision, it's for the one who knows it's time to stop disappearing and start receiving, right? Some say shrinking. I think that's already happened. You're gone. You done shrunk so much you aren't even seen. For the version of you whose soul is screaming out so doggone loud, girl, there has to be more than this. For me, my words were, Lord, I know this could not be what you had in mind. What are the words that you're saying? What did you what is the conversation that you're having with your God? For every version of Denise who has time for everything except herself. You girl, you are the invitation. You are the invitation, and there is no imitation, right? The circle is the answer. The sacred circle invitation is extended, and the doors are wide open for you. Wide open, just like this. Yes, yes, ma'am. It is. It ain't pretty over there because we renamed a couple of things, but I couldn't wait. I got that download today. I put it out there. So work with me. I know some people are needed all written out. It's the same thing, but it needed to be more sacred just for you. So if you don't have to have it, all pretty and buttoned up, hit the link, get in the circle. Like right now, today, don't wait. Because if you come now, you get access to the early access pass. And what is that? I'll tell you in a few minutes. Let me tell you why now. Because waiting one day is too expensive. You've already paid so much. It's cost you so much. We talked about those costs earlier. Rewind if you need another reality check on that, right? It's too expensive. Think about the things that have happened and what they've cost you. Because it's more than just time, energy, power, and peace. It's your dreams, it's your health, and there's so many dynamics in your health. Could be an eye, could be your mind, it could be your heart is broken. It could be so many things. You get to decide what that looks like because the life you're delaying is the one that you deserve right now. The God put it in your heart, you can have it right now. Remember, your God is in the suddenly business. If you believe that, then let's operate in that belief. That belief that you could truly have, not the one that the enemy tried to make you believe you couldn't have, because you can't. You hold all the power. And now you're going to be in a community that's warring in the flesh and in the spiritual realm for you. Because collectively, we are mighty. You do not have to do this alone, not one another day, because your peace cannot wait. The world won't slow down, but you can choose to. You get to decide. The big D, decision made, access granted, power activate, right? Because your power is not someday, it's now, it's today. If you believe you can have it. What? Woo, girl, you can have it. So let me tell you about it. Inside the circle, you uncover the lies that kept you performing. We interrupt the patterns that keep you over giving. Gone, they will be gone. You get to claim your self love care, your healing, your identity, and your time, just like other people do. If you want it. Now, if you don't want it, then it ain't in here for you. This is not for you. You get to be surrounded by women who see you, fully see you. They're going to reflect back to you what you see, what you hear, what you say, what you do. Because they're you. We're divine reflections of one another. We're calling her in. I'm calling her in. I'm calling you in. Because this is home. Come back home, baby girl. Come back home. But be guided and taught and coached by someone who's lived it and lived through it and is still living through it. Now, don't get it twisted. I ain't perfect. I just told you that yesterday I could not show up for you. And hey, and I wasn't waiting for permission to choose me. I want to be the example because I am. It's a daily practice. It's a fight. And you got to fight. You got to fight for you. You've been fighting for everybody else. Believe me, you got permission now to fight for yourself. So just so we're clear, you can activate the next level of your personal freedom in real time. And I teach you how to do that. I teach you how to fish so that you have those tools and that you've created capacity and space and room in your life for you. And I've got receipts. There's so many testimonials. Danita out there, oh my Lord, you got to read hers. Hers was the one that just changed everything for me. Like I cried when she said that. And it happened to me the other day when Miss Yvonne saying, she was praying for this. Have you been praying for this? Because it's here. The sacred circle invitation is yours if you accept. So if you're ready, because because this ain't no webinar, baby. Let me just tell you, it ain't that. It ain't no workshop. It is a divine reset. Like, boom, activated. Wonder Woman twins, what, activate. What was their name? You know, the whole activation is happening. So accept the invitation. Use your early access code. Ooh, I'm giving you an early access code. If you access the code right now, you get it. I'll tell you about it in a minute. Say yes. You join the Sacred Circle invitation, and let this be the moment you finally, honey baby, that you come home to you. Woo, Lord, that is blessing me. You come home to you. And let me know. Let me know how I'm doing here. Let me know what's resonating. I'm like you. I want to be seen and heard too. I want to be witness. Hey, Miss Marie, Easy Joy Coach. How you feeling? How you doing? I'm glad to see you. You got any questions for me? Am I on your street? Did I show up there yet? All right. Right. In the in the early access code, what you activated that comes with that is it's a 90-minute deep dive a week before we get started, the week before, to help prepare you, right? You get to ask questions. You meet me inside the circle. You hear the truth. Your spirit's been whispering because everything has been so loud. You're in a safe space. You get to be yourself. You get to unpack. You get to think out loud. You need to get to hear yourself and witness yourself. You get to be looking in beautiful mirrors of people that are looking just like you. Like, wow, is that okay with you? And if you're not ready to move, that's okay. You can still sit with your truth. You don't have to do it alone anymore. It is totally up to you. If you need a little bit more conversation and a little bit more time around this and some one-on-one, because I know how that is too, that's the Power and Presence preview call. Get on a call with me. I will have the link right here for you. So let me tell you who I'm talking to in case you don't realize who you are. Let me know if I'm on your street yet. One version is high achieving Denise. So you're successful on paper, but emotionally drained, burnt out by the performance. That's the one where I say wearing the mask too, because who you got to show up as to do all that. Transitioning into Denise, maybe you leaving a role, a marriage, a life chapter, and unsure what's next. Been there. I'm in that season now. Absolutely. This is next. It's been cracked wide open. Now I'm confirmed. I confirm and I affirm myself in this. But I would love a witness too. I talked to my best friend before this call. She was like, I hear it in your voice, it's all over you, and I'm giddy. And she wanted to know who you were. Like, who is Miss Denise? The entrepreneur, Denise? Ready to build a business or vision, but keep self-sabotaging or stopping. Been there, girl. I've been on a 10-year journey to get to you. I didn't know it, right? It looked like this. All kinds of journeys. But they all were leading me right back to you. Oh, girl, and that side hustle, Denise, managing your 9 to 5 and a soul led dream without support or structure. You the whole That's the whole reason I went and got certified, to give you some framework and some structure and understand that. And you already have it. You just don't know you do. You have it already. You may or may not know that you have it because you done already lived it. You are the whole doggone framework. Silent Denise. Oh, my silent Denise. And it's okay if you choose and that's what you truly desire. But if you're fighting with yourself inside and you got a lot to get out, you don't know what you want. You just know that this ain't it where you at. You got to speak it into existence, baby girl. Put it in the soil. Put it in the soil so it can be getting watered and nurtured and grow and bloom into this beautiful desire and vision that you have. There's overgiving, healer, caregiving Denise. Oh girl, I'm all of her. Y'all, y'all on my street now. Big time. And you probably are all of these at some point have been you and you just didn't know it. Holding everyone else up, but collapsing inside, craving rest. Like I went on a 25-day journey in California and believed that I was going to rest and come back energized, and that was not the case. We're talking about real rest, rest where you're just being. All you just breathe and soak up the sun. Like just let your organs just do their thing. Be nice to them. Be nice to you. Like the way that you want somebody to do all these things, do them. Do them for you. Love yourself. Date yourself. Enjoy your own company. Because if you don't enjoy your own company right now, that's a trick of the enemy. It wasn't meant to be that way. And then there's the spiritually awakening Denise. Walking up, waking up to your own voice, your ancestors, your power, and trying to find your footing. Honey, that was me. That was me when I was in that war room warring. And God told me to get up and do what I told you to do. Whew, that sounded so loud, but it was so crystal clear and quiet. Crystal clear. So the doors of the sacred invitation circle is open. The sacred circle, they are open just for you, just for you. And if you got a twin that you already know is walking that same path as you, make sure you bring her with you. Make sure you absolutely bring her with you. The link will be in the description wherever you're listening and find this message. Join the invitation. And if you need a little bit more me time, meaning really me, your transformational teacher, there's the link for that too. It's your power and presence preview call. Well, Miss Denise, I appreciate you and thank you for allowing me to share this space with you. It has been an honor and a privilege to just be right here with you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Miss Marie. This is my coach sister. We are in the same circle and spaces and support one another. I know she's on the West Coast, so it's not as late for her. I appreciate you. She says that she is doing well, which I appreciate. I want to know how you're doing. She told me I'm on fire. Yeah, girl. My God, then got on me and activated me. Oh my goodness. So this is the end of this series, but it is not the end of the relationship and the conversation between you and I, darling Denise. Not at all. Next series is Who is Denise?
Sure, I understand.
My Siri. I don't know if you heard him. I said I meant series, but of course he thought he heard his name. Um, the next series is all about you. Who is Denise? Like, who are you? We got it. We barely touched the surface. Now we're gonna go real deep because you know I love deep conversations. So meet me tomorrow. I got yoga in the morning, but I will be here. Well, actually, I take that back. I will not be here tomorrow. I got to honor my own needs. Tomorrow is Saturday, and on Saturdays, Miss Denise, we don't get to hang out unless the Lord like really says yes. Like my spirit really speaks to me because Saturdays is my self-love day. That's my Sabbath. That's my day of rest. And what that looks like for me is I go do whatever I want and spend time with whoever I want. If that's what I want to do, I do nothing. I just lay up in my bed and sleep late or whatever. I love spending time in my room, in my bed. Um, and I don't do anything that involves anything that I don't want to do, period. I don't do no laundry. I don't do any of that. I just be. I don't run any errands. I run errands through the week because they're like work and like tasks to me. So that's how I keep my weekends to myself. But now I have time freedom, so I can really do whatever I want. And then Sundays is my self-care day, right? So that's when I do the things to meet my needs. I might do laundry if I need to, but I prefer somebody to pick it up. And I take my bath. I do like refill all of my supplements and medication. It's all the things that I need to be doing for me so that I'm supported and functioning well. I dedicate that day to that because I need two whole days. We got a whole week for all this other stuff. I can get my 2 days. I ain't filling my time with anything that don't involve me in the center. I get to do that. And the more you practice, you gonna feel like that and know that too. I got lots of things in my medicine bag that's balm for you, girl. BALM, not BOMB. Just so we're clear, because I know how sometimes the sounds can come around. All right. So the doors are open to the circle. We would love to have you. We get started August 18th. So that Thursday before, I should know that date, but I did not. Let me see what the date is that Thursday before. If you act now, you get if you accept the invitation now, you get that extra time to be in the circle with me. Access is August 14th. We go deep. We go deep with the Power and Presence preview. It's the deep dive version of that. So you can experience it if you book a call with me now because you have questions. You experience my coaching and what that looks like in my teaching and have a real conversation. Whatever it is, whatever is holding you back from living the life that you desire, living your own life and creating your own freedom, walking in your power, speaking in your power, all of that. No more, boo. No more. No more. No more. Okay. So reach out to me the way that you can do that, and I can send you more information, or the link also, if you can't find it, is type the word sacred anywhere you see this message, and we'll respond to the sacred invitation. Okay? Well, I know it's late. I am going to not hold you because I want you to get your rest just as much as I need rest, right? And we're going to do this again on Sunday. So until then time, in the meantime, in between time, beautiful one, I want you to take good care of yourself. Take good care of you. You've been taking good care of everybody else, and I know, you you heard me all this time telling you to do it, telling you to do it, telling you to do it, but I mean it. Please accept this assignment. Because you only you get to decide what that looks like for you. I can tell you exactly what that is. I do know tomorrow I may go get a mani-pedi because my girl on vacation. So that's definitely something that's on the bingo card. And my yoga class. Because I love doing that. And then I just leave room for whatever the Lord has in mind. I don't try to fill the day up with anything. I let it flow. Give it a try. All right. So until the next time we meet in this circle, be good to yourself. I want you to take real good care. Good night. Leave me in the comments any questions, whatever you have, okay? I am listening. I am definitely